Question of the day. What year was the first wing, gold wing, ever made? He can tell you.
1975.
Oh, now, 10 minutes ago you said 74.
74
I'm
and a
thinking
half,
about it. It
75.
was 74, 75.
That bike,
But it
that
was
book I gave you.
75 when they came out with the yellow ones,
Yep.
the maroon, and the black ones.
Do you remember the book I gave you in the motorcycle?
Yep.
Look it up in there and see.
I will.
Jesus, 74 or 75.
70, I'm going to say 70. Kind of like the Mustang, 74 and a half, 70, 75 and a half, whatever they come in there. Look it up in that book. That's why I gave you that book.
Mustangs.
Well, you know the Mustangs, they come out with 74 and a half, 75.
The Mach 1s.
Or the
No, the regular Mustang.
or the 64 or 65.
They had Mustangs back in the 60s.
No,
That's on you.
they had a 60.
When's the first year Mustang came out? 62 or 3.
They had a 64 and a half and a 65. First year they come out, they had a 64 and a half and a 65. 65 was
I
they,
never owned one.
well, I worked on them, but they had a 64 and a half and a 65.
So what did I just say?
Never worked on one.
No, you said you never worked on one.
No, I have worked on them. I'm just saying they come out with a 64 and a half and a 65. This is the one
Mustang came out in 62 or 63.
When I went up and drove that Mustang back from Washington and South Dakota, drove back, that was a 64 and a half Mustang. Not the fastback, it was just a regular Mustang.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
64 and a
fastback.
half. Yeah, I know. 64 and a half, they called, but it was a 65.
75 Duster.
74.
74 Duster. There's some stories there.
Had a good time. And all my brothers wanted to borrow it.
The one that kept the stolen parts in.
I was racing up down Dodge Street. 318. Punching the shit out of it. Blew the tranny and the rear end one night. Thank God for brother-in-law Danny. And that's all I gotta say.
Who was the one that kept stealing parts?
1980 Chevy Chevette.
77.
77.
1977 Chevette. I can't remember how many miles that had on it.
A lot.
And it run like it run 4-speed manual transmission.
Who was driving it, Manuel?
Yeah, manual was driving it. And one night, Tommy says, well, got some parts for this and this. You need tires for your car. I said, okay. And it was in the winter time, and all of a sudden I see 4 rims and tires coming over the snowbank. So I loaded them up and we took off. That's how we did it back in the day. Thieving. We were thieving.
I went out one night My buddy of mine, old town up in Lower Maine, got a steel tire. He needed a tire for his truck. Seriously. Okay, my dad worked for old
Really?
Adam.
Is it that serious?
Yeah, it was for that guy. He needed a tire.
All right.
On Adam's farm, my dad worked for him. Well, they had a pickup parked out there with a bus park. So we parked at the gas station, right? He left, he sat there. I went up around the garage by the gas station, cranked the tire, a spare tire off the boss's pickup my dad worked for. Come around the corner with a spare tire and the cops sitting there. Okay, talk to my buddy. Oh, this ain't gonna work. So I turned around and I'm going back and there's a skunk sitting there. Just kind of glaring at me. And I said, oh, this ain't gonna work at all. The skunk moved. The cop moved. I still smelled like a skunk, but I got the tire. He had a tire for tomorrow. Then my dad got his ass chewed up and somebody stole the tire off his truck. My dad asked me, he said, you know what happened to that tire? I don't know. I think Alan got it. Well, they got Carpet Center and Senior Car Center. It wasn't my car, it was Alan's pickup. But I had to run into that damn skunk. I'm not shitting you. I come back around the corner, the Carpet Center. Damn skunk sitting right there.
Dodge Challenger.
Dodge Challenger.
74.
1974.
The blue one.
Yep.
And you know where this is going to go.
Yep.
Right into the 76 Arrow, but have fun with the 74 Challenger.
Went to bowling one night with my wife. Had my kids in the car.
You had a wife?
Yeah, one time.
Okay.
And I won't do it again. But we went bowling that night. My kids are in the back seat, driving down to go home. And I come down the hill across the bridge, and there's 3 pigs standing there. Well, I hit 2 of them because I couldn't slow down fast enough, and I wasn't speeding. Well, it was aluminum block and just tore it up. That's how I got my 77 Chevette with 200, well, not quite 200,000 miles, about 187,000. And luckily, my dad helped me out on that deal. Go talk to this guy, because he knew Baxter, and Tal Anderson happened to be dealing with cars out in Fremont. Ain't nothing to say, but yeah, got me a new car, a Chevette.
Hell, I had a Vegas station wagon.
76 Plymouth Arrow.
Yeah, we were out hunting, me and Tommy. I worked all night, had beer in the car, we were out hunting, and Tommy was drunk, and I was drunk, and I drove his car into the
What?
bridge embankment.
Guardrail.
I said, Tommy, I think we need to get rid of this beer if the cops show up. And the cops showed up.
No, the cops didn't.
Or no, the cops didn't show up.
Couldn't find you.
I called my father-in-law and said, get your pickup truck down here and tow us back to Cedar Creek. We were about 30 miles away. And we threw all this beer in the creek over the bridge so we wouldn't get picked up for that shit. And if I'd have known, I would have saved the beer, but we didn't do it.
We went back and got that.
Yeah, I know.
Which one you guys weighed down to get it?
I did.
Gold?
that
Waterproof?
was
Navy SEAL waterproof.
that was a friggin'
And then if
Wow.
you want to really hear the story,
the rebuild of the 76 Arrow.
76 Arrow rebuild, I'm bowling one night. Tommy goes, yeah, that's when it, no, it was after yeah. He had a 76 Arrow and he goes, Mark, I got the parts. He come up the bowling alley. I was bowling that night. Next thing I know, he goes, I got the shit that I need to fix it.
Pieces, parts.
Radiator, front bumper.
Radiator, front bumper,
Can't roll
water
up on my
pump,
bike, dude.
everything. We ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, I can
So-
see this.
We had the front bumpers sticking out of the back end of the 77 Chevette,
I can see you doing
going 35 or 40 miles to my house because his car was sitting in my garage that my father-in-law helped me out with, towed me back there. We got her done.
Straighten that front end out. Time-
Yeah,
time to
come
load it.
along in a big ass tree.
Been there and done that.
Started it up, rammed it backwards, and straightened that motherfucker right out.
Been there and done that when we two wrecked I put a come along 2 chains, put up there the fence post, pulled the whole front end out of that son of a bitch.
We'll probably get arrested tomorrow.
Well, that's cool. Like that's never happened. We seen this on the video. Okay, cool. You
3
didn't
hots
know
and
when
a cot, yo.
Huh?
3 hots and a cot.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of. Yeah, but all they serve is turkey. I don't want to listen to turkeys all my life or eat them. I'd rather eat pussy.
I don't think we'll bring up the beer story. The convenience store.
No, I'm not going to even say nothing about that. But I know beer, cigarettes.
Pop open the hatchback. Free beers. Free smokes.
Yeah. Talking about today that I asked you to give me a 12-pack when I was kind of down and out.
That was
Well,
kind of
thank-
boring.
What's that?
12-pack.